It's in the evening after dark, when the black-leg miner creeps to work. With his moleskin pants and dirty shirt, there goes the black-leg miner. Well, he grabs his duds and down he goes to hew the coal that lies below. There's not a woman in this town row will look at the black-leg miner. Oh, Delaval is a terrible place. They rub wet clay in the blackleg's face, and around the heaps they run a foot race to catch the blackleg miner. So then again near the Seguil mine, across the top they stretch a line to catch the throat and break the spine of the dirty blackleg miner. They grab his duds and his pick as well, and they hurl them down the pit of hell. Down you go and fare you well, you dirty blackleg miner. It's in the evening after dark, when the blackleg miner creeps to work. With his moleskin pants and dirty shirt, there goes the blackleg miner.
My brothers, my father, my grandfather, we all worked in the mines, and it was a way of life. And the villages, all the villages were set up around the mines. Everybody knew each other. Not only did we work with each other, but we socialised with each other as well. And then when them jobs wasn't there anymore, as we said, people had to move away. You lost a lot of the social life, a lot of the smaller shops, because the shops depended on the mining industry as well. Everything really depended on it, because this is where you'd go to buy your food, to buy your supplies. When the jobs wasn't there and people had to move away, it was a very sad time, because not only did we lose our jobs, but we lost our communities as well.
The strike, you go back to the strike we had do it, and that was really, really tough. No money coming from anywhere. Doing jobs, wallpapering, painting for anybody that would give you a couple of pounds to survive, because in those days I had a mortgage and two children to bring up, and I'd done a few things that I wasn't particularly proud of, but I'd done them to keep myself and my family afloat.
Leaving the industry was a little bit of a heart wrench when the mines actually closed. Now that was a sad day for certain people. People had lived their lives in the mine. It was dark, it was dirty, but people had friends in the mine, and that was the hard thing, to leave your friends behind. Like myself, I worked in a factory for 17 years afterwards, before coming back to Big Pit, where I've regained the camaraderie that I lost in the old days.
Oakdale Colliery, it was to Lewis Drift, shut all on the same day. So you're talking, I don't know, maybe 1,000, 1,100 men lost work on that. You had an option to transfer to other collieries, but I thought it might be time to leave the industry and look elsewhere. You know, much to the surprise of a lot of boys I was working with.
Devastation, and this is why parts of Wales, as it stands now, and other mining communities around the country are impoverished, because there is not enough work for the people to be employed.
Well, history is the name of the game here. This is the National Museum of Wales, and this is Big Pit. What has happened to Big Pit is the conversion from a coal mine now into something that we can people can visit. People can visit Big Pit. It is a museum, and people can actually go underground and visit some of the underground workings that we have here.
Paddy rose at the crack of dawn. When I could, I'd taggle on. Captain said, what a fine young man. Put a pick in that boy's hand.
Obviously in the past, Big Pit would have provided work for people. It now provides work for people in a different way, museum staff. Now, the miners, or some of the miners that were in the town, actually became guides here. At the moment, we only employ ex-miners, but that will have to change. Certainly we're not getting any younger. The people that work the mine are getting older, so possibly we have to train people up to become miner guides, taking people underground. But they won't be real miners.
All the old memories come flooding back, and the day I went underground to learn the route and to be trained up as a tour guide, the smell was the first thing that hit you. It's like a musty smell that you'd never forget when you came underground as a lad all those years ago, like, you know. And then the banter up here is something else. And a lot of people that come here on our tours, they can't sort of get their heads around the banter. I mean, it was like the community in the pit then, and it was really good. You know, you had a good crack. Obviously, sometimes it was pretty sad when somebody might have lost their lives, because at the end of the day, it was a very dangerous industry to work in.
It's a working man I am, and I've been down underground. But I swear to God, if I ever see the sun, or for any length of time, I can hold it in my mind, I never again will go down underground. At the age of 60 years, with my father close to tears, for he vowed that he would never send his son to the dark recess of the mine, where you age before your time, and the coal dust lies heavy on your lungs. It's a working man I am, and I've been down underground. But I swear to God, if I ever see the sun, or for any length of time, I can hold it in my mind, I never again will go down underground. How's that?
That's brilliant. Thank you very much.
At one time there was 9 forges working here at the blacksmith shop. You can imagine there was 1,300 men at its peak working here at Big Pit. And at that time you couldn't just go out and buy tools. Most of the tools would have to be made here at the colliery. So especially spanners and things like that. So that's what the blacksmith would do. He would make most of the tools, and he would make most of the men's tools underground from the coal faces, and he'd also sharpen their tools. Very busy. Like I say, there was 9 forges working in there, 18 men in total, because each blacksmith would have a striker with him. Striker would be the man that would use the sledgehammer most of the time.
In the winter time, you wouldn't see daylight. You would go underground at 6 o'clock in the morning and you would come up at 6 o'clock in the evening. So you wouldn't see daylight till Sunday. Even myself working in the winter time, if we had troubles underground, you could end up working 10 to 12 hours, and again you wouldn't see the daylight for 5-6 days.
During the winter it wasn't that pleasant, because what would happen, you'd go to work in the dark, the early mornings, and you'd be coming home late at evening in the dark as well. You'd spend all your day in the dark, so you didn't see much sunlight then throughout the winter months. But it was part of it was what we knew, and it was a good life really, because really, mostly because of the comradeship of the people that you worked with.
Camaraderie in the coal mine. Now, if we're talking about friendship and we're talking about camaraderie, I like to say that it's like people who work in the forces. People have to look out for one another in the forces, in the Army, Navy, Air Force, and it's the same down here as well. You look after one another. The camaraderie is brilliant, and it still is, because all the boys down here are ex-miners.
You hear men singing, you'd hear men whistling, and a lot of that was out of fear, because when you're working and you've got the enemy above your head and it's not behaving very good, you sang, you whistled to try and keep your spirits up and not let the older experienced men know that you were afraid. So always at the back of your mind you were thinking, you know, God, I hope it's going to be okay today. Like, you're always thankful to get back up in one piece. Check your fingers, check your toes. I've survived another day. Okay, and all mainly due to the efforts of everybody around you, you know, because like I told you previously then, you always relied on your mate, you know, so there's where the comradeship comes in.
We will have to start mining coal again. I don't think it'll ever be to the extent that we mined coal in the past, but I think we certainly will have to start mining coal again.
I was born a miner's son on this Blue Ridge mountainside. Daddy worked his whole life down in that Blue Ridge mountain mine. Took a pickaxe in my hand, Lord, when I was just 13. Send me down to number 9, Lord, for the work the devil seen. They said, last night I was dreaming I was standing at the pearly gates. Miss St. Peter there, but he said he did not know my name. Handed me a silver spade, Lord, and a pickaxe